guys? Hey, welcome back to the channel. And today we have something on the workbench that I'm just about to get into. So with the Black Friday stuff happening, I have been scouring about Guitar Center online and found a couple guitars that I purchased. I don't plan on keeping both, but I want to be able to take a deep dive into seeing what's going on. Now, I found this one for a very good price. This is a 2023 Fender with a Floyd Rose. I think this is a special, but it has routed for the Floyd Rose. And for some reason, these models with the ones that have been routed for the Floyd Rose are very close to $1,000 or more, and even the newer models that came out were somewhat in that price range. And I've been always wanting to get a Fender with a Floyd Rose, with it actually routed for a Floyd Rose. I don't like a Floyd Rose that sits on top of the body and you can only bend. I like it to be where you can do both forward and backwards. And so, you know, there's a lot of guitars that just do the forward bend, the EVH, but I think, you know, the way that they come back on top of the body, I don't like that, because you know, it can slap back on the body and crack the finish and stuff like that. So I did see this one, and I noticed that the bridge pickup has been changed. Now, I have not took off the cavity. What I can tell you about this right now is the back screws on the neck were loose, especially the bottom two. I don't know why. And so I don't know who installed the pickup, but it's worth taking a look. I noticed that the Floyd Rose itself was not really flush with the body. So with the strings being loose, what I like to do is when I adjust the post is I'll take a screwdriver and I will push it just a little bit, just enough to relieve pressure on the post, and then push them on. You just need a good screwdriver like this, you know. The long way, or the way that's more tedious, is to completely take the springs off, but there's a shortcut, and that's just to use a good big screwdriver like this, and with no tension on it. You can even take one spring off of the back and just push this back, and it'll move really easy and take pressure off the post here, and then you can adjust the height. So that's kind of what I do as a shortcut. But I'm going to take off the pick guard now, and we'll take a look and see what kind of humbucker is there and how it's routed. It's nice, you know. There's the back cover over there. It's definitely an alder body. 3 springs, nothing special. It's got a satin neck. Now the frets on this are, you know, they're not sharp, but I think because now it's, you know, we're in winter time, I think the wood is shrinking. So it's not sharp, but you can definitely feel the frets, and I don't think I want to, because, you know, this might end up going back if this doesn't play well, or if I don't really like it. And if the next guitar that comes in tomorrow, which there actually will be 2, I want to see what is the better of the 2. I'm not going to keep both of them. I just wanted one. But, you know, talking about the Fender with the Floyd Rose, well, isn't that the Charvel? And I was thinking, you know, what's wrong with me? You know, because I like the Charvels, but does it really matter if it says Fender or Charvel? This is the problem. This is the dilemma. Yeah, so. And, and here's another side note. At 11 o'clock exactly, I was looking at a YouTube feed, believe it or not. because now the big news is the Helix Stadium is out. And so I was watching a feed. Let me see. I think I have two of these up. What do I have here? Didn't I have another one? Yeah. Okay. So here it is. Okay. So this happened right about noontime. I'm watching this thing, right? And right at, like, as soon as I started watching this, I got a text from Guitar Center saying, now available. Yeah, I got a text saying now you can come buy this right now, the Helix Stadium XL. And I started to watch this, and I realized, man, now every freaking YouTuber is gonna start pushing this crap. And I'm gonna call it crap because it's like, this is for me, this is just my opinion, but this is way overkill for the common user, and I think as they continue to push the envelope of processors, you're going to find like who's really going to get into all of this. It's crazy because most of the time you're just going to turn it on and go through the presets and kind of Mickey Mouse around there, but this thing is way more advanced. And think about the programming that goes into all of these inputs and who's going to do all of that and make it portable so that you can take it with you somewhere. So, and for the money, forget it. It's just, to me, it's way overkill. It's like now there's another learning curve with all of this stuff. I mean, there's a huge breakdown to this whole thing that he's doing, and it starts right here. I mean, it's just crazy, really. A-B-C. Who's ever seen an ABCD? That's a Ford. What is that? A Ford chord method. Instrument 1 and 2. I've never seen an instrument 1 or 2.
1 and 2. Mic in. Send and returns. Left mono. Phones. Nexus.
So it goes. It just goes on, and it's not going to stop. Okay, so that's my gripe. I think I have a gripe about that. It's just like, and now every YouTuber is gonna, hit on that. Just like I saw on the feed today. It's like, everybody's on it now, especially starting where. See, this is my Firefox. Okay, so we have, here's another Helix, Stadium. It's going to start happening. Oh, here we go. Another Stadium. Helix is here. So yeah, you can expect that to be happening again. It's just pushing the product. These guys got it to play around with, and maybe some of them will get it for free. I don't really know, but it's just kind of crazy to me, so he's already on it, Is it worth the 10-year wait? Oh my God, the discussions are never going to end. So just be careful when you see this style, because it's all trying to pull you in to make it. But I'm telling you, for the average guitar user like you and me, we don't need this kind of crap. And then this bozo, J. Allen Guitar. I don't even know why this guy's got a channel. He can't play worth a shit. He said one time he was a lead guitar player in a band. Hard to believe. I don't know if he's got a likable personality or what makes this guy even popular, but here he is doing a demo on an acoustic. He can't really play. I don't get this guy. I don't get a lot of guys who don't really play guitar really well what the deal is. Jimmy Stewart is another one. He's just an old kook. But these guys aren't like, they're not really good finger pickers. They're just your average high school guitar player, if anything. Don't ever take this guy's advice. He's just like one of those guys who's trying to promote a channel because he thinks he's got something, when there's quite a few of these guys that just don't know anything, really. I did watch this Philip McKnight talk about this $200 Gretsch guitar, which I thought was, yeah, no. I mean, maybe some of us are starting to like these pastel colors, but I don't think this, $100 guitar is worth $200 plus tax. And plus, there needed to be a little work done to it and address it. And like Philip McKnight said, the pickup doesn't really match what the guitar sort of represents. So again, this is not going to be the thing. However, there is something on the horizon that I've been kind of paying attention to, and I'll show you in just a second. Okay, here it is. Now, I have seen this brand on YouTube, from the Bald Shredder and even Scar My Guitar. I will say one thing about this company, Acklot. They are really trying to push their products in a positive way, and they're really trying to make a mark in this industry of inexpensive imported type guitars. And I think they're doing it a lot better, and I think they're only going to get better. And this is just another attempt at them trying to join the market, but they're coming out of nowhere, out of left field, basically. And I really like what I saw here, because this guitar actually looks really nice, and what it has to offer. They have a great selection of these type of guitars, locking tuners, roasted neck, rosewood fretboard. And I don't think anyone has done a demo on this one yet. So flame tapered veneer top, they have them in this color, purple, a blue, and a black. And based on one of the do-it-yourself kits that I got, I can tell that these guys are really trying to step up their game and be competitive, and I can appreciate that. So it'll be interesting to see the fit and finish and just exactly what we're getting for. Now, they do have a coupon for $30 off, which brings this guitar down to $209 delivered to your door. That's a pretty good deal considering, the value that you're getting for this guitar. And it looks nice. The headstock doesn't look ridiculous, stupid like a Feasley or a Leo James, and they really do have some really nice aesthetics. Nice bridge. Look at the trim looks nice. It's got nice saddles. Real flamed maple veneer. This is a nice body style, sort of like the Ibanez body style. So it'll be interesting to look at this model, and I think the one in the back is probably another like tiger striped one. I got the purple one because I want to kind of check it out. But anyway, I'm gonna check this out, not for the channel, because I'm interested in seeing how this company is doing. Because I remember the time I ordered a Firefly, not a Firefly, a Feasley, that went right back. Leo James, that went right back. There was another guitar, a Donner, went right back. Those were some really cheap ass guitars. They didn't, to me, they did not measure up at all for the money. So I'm looking at the dollar value, $30 coupon, $209. Like, what are you getting for that? That's kind of crazy with like today. So anyway, that's my gripe for today, considering YouTube, the Helix push, and be careful with these pedalers, especially that guys like this who don't play really well. And I really would have liked to have heard this guitar, this acoustic, on different levels, but he never got to playing it like an acoustic player should be playing an acoustic. So I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't know if Jimmy Stewart's going to do it any better. But I was looking at even thinking of, but me and acoustics don't get along anymore. So
fancy because there is a
this guy, I don't know. I guess when you get old and you get retired, which I'm pretty close to that. Do you do this? Is this what we end up doing? I don't know. But anyway, let's get back to this. Just take a quick peek at what is underneath this. I'm going to try to set it up and see how I like it. That's basically all I want to say about this Fender, which really isn't any different than a Charvel, but it is and it isn't. But we'll see because it's got Fender pickups. But this has been changed. So let's just take a quick peek. Let me set this down and we'll take a look. Hold on. Yeah, so thanks a lot, guys, for joining this channel and for dealing with my nonsense. Let me get my glasses so I don't want to get too ahead of myself. Hold on. Okay, so I got the strings really, really loose now. These Floyd Rose specials aren't the greatest things, so I'm going to be careful. Maybe I have to remeasure that again, but hopefully this will come out without me having to take off the neck, because I don't really want to get into that. So yeah, it's coming up. It's a little bit fighting me. I don't know why. Now here we go. Okay, everything's kind of like, what did they twist this? Okay, so yes. So we do have a super switch, and you don't see that too often. And then the DiMaggio. Now the reason why it's important for me to look at that is because the way they wanted to wire that, like, was this professionally installed or did some bozo just decided to do it? I mean, looking at the solder joint down here, it doesn't look very friendly to me. It looks very globbish, not very professional. I don't, if you had it installed, if a luthier installed that, then it would definitely have looked a lot better. So, okay, you got your ground wire, but then he's got the black, white, and red hooked up to... Okay, so he's got the black and white, and this is even loose. See that? On the second lug, and then the hot on the first lug. Is that right? Let's look this up. So this is a DiMaggio DP 100 BKU. I think so. That's a super distortion, I believe. Let me take a look at that. Well, you just want to do anything. I'm telling you, man. Sometimes these computers just do whatever. Okay, so let me punch it in. DiMaggio. Okay, DiMaggio DP 100. Here we go already. 100. What does it say? BKU. It is a super distortion. BKU. Or super distortion. DP 100. All right. Typically $100. Yeah. So that's nice. So it has DiMaggio super distortion. The body does have some shielding paint in there. I think this was definitely done by the previous owner. Interesting how this paint is. It doesn't even look like paint. It's like it's so perfect around the edges. It almost looks plasticky, I've never seen that, It is like perfectly formed over the edge of these cutouts. I've never seen paint like that. Like, what kind of finish is this? I don't know. Like some sort of enamel. It's very different, and it's, look at this. It's cracked right here. So you know what this is. This is one of those finishes that when it cracks, it just pops right off. There's a crack right here under this screw, so I can show you that. I don't know if you can see that crack. So probably drop some super glue down on there. Don't want that to spread, because once this, I've seen these kind of finishes before, like on the fake flamed maple made in Japan guitars. They crack and peel, and you can just get a putty knife and scoop it up. So yeah, so now this guitar becomes very questionable, only because it's got that kind of finish on there. How's it really going to play? I don't know. But at least we know what we have. We have a DiMaggio with probably some Malenko 5s in here. And this is, Pickguard says Strat Standard HSS Floyd Rose. So, but we do have a super distortion, so that's sort of a bonus. Do you keep it for that or not? Hard to say, you know? Hard to say, really. But at least we know. But that's it, guys. So I wanted just to show you that. Always important to, anytime you get a guitar, you really want to look at what's going on, find any imperfections. And sometimes there's a lot of hidden stuff in here. You pay for Fender pickups, and sometimes when you buy a guitar, since Fender doesn't really check on their used gear what pickups, what's going on. This wasn't even listed, but you can tell that it wasn't original to the guitar. And I had a funny feeling just looking at the pickup that that was a DiMaggio. The strings are in good condition, definitely 9 gauge. I can just feel that now. So I'm just going to try and dial it in and see how it sounds and plays. The neck is really kind of weird because, you know, they're not sharp, but they're very pronounced in, I don't know. But since I have another one coming tomorrow, we'll see. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, but that's all I have to share with you guys. And all I can say is I'm also liking the fact that I got, you know, my tools now in here. It's so nice to pull this out and grab the tools that I use a lot right up here. And, you know, I got everything so I can charge my string tuner. Everything's working well. I don't know why I procrastinated and waited so long to do that with everything that I do here. So I'm glad that I finally got everything organized enough. So thanks for hanging out as always. And yeah, watch out for the Democrats. Thank you for joining me today. Take care.